So, what the fuck is going on, people? It's your boy Woozle, aka the Woo Pod, aka the Hip Hop Kaiju Gaming, along with my main man, my main ace in the place, the co-host of the Run Those Games podcast, and also one of the founding fathers of the Run Those Gamers community, Biggie. This is Game Struggles part, what we on now? 3 or 4? Whatever, let's get to it.
So, we're going to start off with game delays. Game delays is the worst thing besides DLC to ever happen in games. Game delays is like asking your parents for something and they hit you with, we'll think about it. Because you know when they say, we'll think about it, that's a, hell no, you ain't getting it. And when a game delay comes out, depending on how many delays you've gotten, because usually when they say, we'll think about it, you probably ask them a couple weeks later, hey, did you think about this? Yeah, I still got to think about it. Like, it's not, it's not coming, dog. Like, Scalebound not coming, dog. Like, I'm imagining Crackdown 3 gonna get delayed again. It's not, I don't think, if it does come, it's gonna be garbage, but it's not coming, dog. It's, no. Certain games, when they get delayed so many times, after like the second or third time, it's like, yo, it's not coming. Just go ahead and tell us, it's not coming, dog. It's not happening. That's the problem with game delays. They keep your hopes up. They keep you just enough to think maybe, just maybe this will come out. Just maybe. But in all actuality, it ain't coming out, dog. Just cut it out. Just let us know off for it. It's delayed, dog. Just let us know off for it. Cause y'all be out here telling us, hey, it's delayed. We're pushing the date back to this date. That date we're getting closer to that date. Hey, it's delayed again. It's still not ready. But don't worry, it's gonna be fine, dog. It's not coming. After the second and third one, it's not coming, dog. Just go ahead and tell us. Look, we tried our best. Couldn't get it where we wanted it to be. We can't get it to our standards. We keep running into more problems. It's not coming, dog. Just let us know off rip. It's like the same thing with your parents. Like, you could just tell me off rip, I'm not going to be able to get it. When you say, well, think about it, you leave the option of it might happen. But I know it's not happening. Just let me know off rip, dog.
Now, something that we all cannot stand is game delays. You know why? Because once upon a time when a game was delayed, it was delayed because the games we made with tender, loving care. There was all type of sugar spice and everything nice in that game, and they didn't want to rush out the goodness because they knew it was going to be either A, too hot, or B, it just wasn't well done cooked yet. You feel what I'm saying? The problem is with game delays now is that game delays just tend to be a way for these damn games to have microtransactions just plugged, riddled with them. For instance, Shadow War, one of my favorite games that came out, I think it came out this year, either this year or last year, one of my favorite games or whatever. I still like that game to this day. But it's not to say that they've delayed the game for the sake of putting microtransactions in it. Now, people can make the argument, oh, well, it was because they're trying to fine-tune some things, they were working on this and the third. I'm sorry, I don't believe that for a split second, because if you put microtransactions in a single-player game, and not to mention, if you have a fucking act that is dry as hell, Act 4, then I have a hard time believing that you was, trying to do anything else with the game except for make ways to take, more money from our pockets. Granted, love the game. Got it on PC, got it on PS4. However, I'm not gonna sit here and act like, just the fuckery that commenced because of that game being delayed. And not to mention, a lot of games just get delayed for the sake of being delayed, and it's not made with TLC, baby. Like Kingdom Hearts, that has TLC in it. Don't at me on this. Granted, I will say I do have my skepticism about that shit, because if I'm not mistaken, there was a rumor that there's going to be DLC for it. Yeah, I'm a little nervous about that. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt until further notice. But game delays, while they once were, so the game would be fully optimized and well put out, that way they're not having to patch afterwards. It seems like game delays now is just for, microtransactions, and in-game purchases. Overhyped games. Dog. We could talk about probably 14 different games that get overhyped every goddamn year. But I'm going to go ahead and focus on about 3 or 4, just for the sake of this video. Now, overhyped games are games that are overhyped before they even come out, where people are losing their minds running butt naked in the street because of a game trailer or a screenshot. Why do I say a screenshot particularly? Because 2K is the main proprietor of this shit. Let me go ahead and delve deep into this. Now, while I am a basketball fan and I do have a soft spot for 2K because I grew up playing 2K and NBA Live, they're not nearly the games they used to be, especially 2K. Now let's go ahead and delve deeper into this shit. 2K. People every year talk about how trash 2K is by about January or February. Unless you're like me and you can see the bullshit from a mile away. Then you actually start critiquing the game maybe a month or two in it. And it's always critiques that could be fixed. But you're called a hater otherwise. So that's a whole different video. The problem is with this damn community is that they will say the game is trash, is boring, repetitive, etc. But as soon as they release a screenshot, oh, please believe me, every damn commentator, content creator is covering a screenshot. Talking about, oh, this game looks amazing. This is going to be the best 2K. You ain't even seen the gameplay yet. And where was that same energy? I'm going to keep that same goddamn energy when you actually see gameplay about how amazing it was up until you play it all the way until the following year when you have the game. Keep that same goddamn energy. I want to hear you say it's trash. None of that. Like, this really be killing me. Like, they be overhyping the fuck out of this game, saying it's gonna be the best one based off an article or a damn screenshot. You haven't even played the game. Well, I'm all for analytics and, you know, breaking something down and trying to give your thoughts or opinions on it. But y'all motherfuckers flat out say that it's going to be the best game based off what you read or what you've seen instead of what you actually played and actually got a feel for. Please, shut the fuck up forever. That's overhyped game. I mean, we could talk about, what's another overhyped game that just underdelivered? Watch Dogs. That one got overhyped, and we all seen how that one happened, or how that played out. It actually set Watch Dogs 2 for failure. We ain't even gonna talk about that. But basically, long story short, overhyped games are never good because they either never live up to expectations, and it's actually like a solid game, but just doesn't live up to the hype, or it just completely flops. Fuck expectations. Just expect the game to at least run well and be good. That's it.
Overhyped games is only a problem for the people that overhyped it. So if you're one of those people who legit, when a game is announced, you one of those, all right, we'll see how it is when I get to play it or whenever a demo drops or anything like that. When people say a game is overhyped, you're probably sitting there like, I wasn't hyped for this at all. Because it's only overhyped if you feed into the hype. Like for instance, the only way 2K18 was overhyped for you is if you believed in the hype. If you believed when people said this was going to be the greatest one ever. If you was one of them people when they showed the neighborhood for the first time at that 2K thing that they did, and they had all those YouTubers getting hyped, like, oh, live's done, this is it, this is the greatest 2K ever, like, all that, like, nah, dog. Soon, that's the type of stuff, like, you tell yourself that, and then when you see the problems with the game, then you say this game was overhyped, but you was the one overhyping it, so you're the only one who thinks the game was overhyped, because if you didn't overhype it, then it's not an overhyped game, it's just a game that didn't meet certain people's expectations, it wasn't as good as people thought it was going to be. You, on the other hand, had no expectations for this, so you're probably still enjoying the game, if anything. And if not, then you just stopped playing the game, and it didn't really bother you because you didn't hype up the game. And it wasn't that good of a game. Probably, if you got it on disc, you probably returned it. You got it on digital, you probably just deleted it. Like I said, overhyped games is only a problem for people who overhype them. I have a gripe with MMO games in 2018, 2016, like DCUO, Marvel Heroes Omega. Both of those, one of those got canceled. Marvel Heroes Omega didn't even get canceled. It got it like just dropped off. Like they cut off all services for it and everything. And there's probably a lot of other multiplayer only games like MMOs and shit like that that I'm not thinking of that don't have any single player at all. I have gripes with you, dog, because y'all don't do the games right. And the reason I say y'all don't do the games right is because it's a game that I used to play as a kid. I hope some people watching this will know, called Fusion Fall. And it was a game made by Cartoon Network, dog. It was the most fire MMO I've ever played. Like, it was, nothing compares to that, in my opinion, to this day. Nothing compares to Fusion Fall, dog. That shit was fire. And the reason why I say it's fire is there could be two reasons. One, it could just be a nostalgia trip of remembering all the time I played in that game. Or two, it actually had some content to it. It wasn't just, hey, run here, kill this amount of enemies, and then just run here, kill another amount of enemies, boom, there's a boss. kill these enemies, then kill the boss, and then boom, you on to the next one where you do the exact same shit over and over and over again. That's the problem with a lot of multiplayer only games. That's a problem with a good amount of games that have come out, like Destiny. That's a big problem in it. The Division, that was a huge problem in it, still is a huge problem in it. Hopefully the Division 2 doesn't have that, but save my opinion for the beta for how I feel like that game's gonna go.
Now, this is a hot topic mostly because only a select few games that are multiplayer only actually do well. And by select few, I mean well-known games that actually charge you to play. Not free-to-play multiplayer only online games. You know, like, not like MMOs or fucking, Warframe, which is like one of my personal favorites. Games of that sort. No, we're talking about games like an Overwatch. What's another one that was Battleborn? I don't think so. But like, we're just gonna use Overwatch for the example, right? Multiplayer only games, even Call of Duty's doing this shit now. Multiplayer only games can work, but they need to be fine-tuned and be fun, and all the DLC and everything that comes with that needs to be free. If there's anything that Overwatch has shown the entire gaming community as a whole, is that you could have a multiplayer only game and it'd be fire. You know why Overwatch works? Because it's multiplayer only. It has interesting lore to it, although I would personally like... What the fuck are you doing? That was the most extra shit I've seen all day. The only problem with Overwatch is that it has interesting lore, but I would really, really like for there to actually be a dedicated story. You know why? Because the lore is just that fascinating. Granted, they do drop, animated shorts that are fire. Like the dialogue between the characters are fire. I want to actually play a single-player campaign, but that's a whole different story in itself. But Overwatch actually, like, to me, in my opinion, mastered the multiplayer only type thing for $60. For $60, you get access to like 20 characters, 20 heroes or whatever out the gate, and then you basically just play online and have fun and learn the game. And it's actually competitive, and it actually has like a learning curve to it, and it has the arcade mode. You basically get bang for your buck by paying for just online or whatever. Not to mention all the DLC as far as the maps, the limited time game modes they drop for that joint, and even the characters are free. Listen to me closely. I'm gonna say it one more time for the cheap seats. Y'all hear me in the back? Alright, word. Hear me in the passenger seat? Alright, word. All the future characters that drop in that game are free. You don't have to pay for that. That's something that's way different than some of these $60 titles, that give you season pass and all this other shit that say it'll cover all the future DLC, but you all of a sudden get camos that doesn't cover it. You'll get new characters that the season pass doesn't cover. You get an entire another expansion that doesn't cover it in the season pass. Destiny, Call of Duty, Dragon Ball Universe. Damn, I got sidetracked. But games of that sort, they don't understand it. But a game like Overwatch, they literally did just say, fuck, we're just gonna make it multiplayer only, and they're gonna enjoy this fire. And it's fire because you know why? There's a meta for like every season. Every season. We're gonna do the damn tank meta, the damn double healer meta, etc., etc. But they always patch their game. They stay on top of their shit. Why? Because they know that it's multiplayer only. And when it comes to multiplayer only games, if you're not on top of your shit, it's gonna get dropped, baby. Your shit about to get dropped faster than Lawbreakers, faster than motherfucking Battleborn. Name a game that was multiplayer or that had multiplayer that did not have upkeep with it or was not good. You see what happened to them shit. Them shit is RIP. And while I hate to say it, it happened, baby.
Here, kill them. Go here. Kill some more. Kill some more. It's not even like you don't have to be killing. Just go here. Do this. Go here. And it's the same tedious thing. It's never like, hey, we're gonna throw you for a curveball here. Hey, you go here, and boom, you're in the middle of a trap. And all this other stuff, and like it doesn't have a story to it though. That's my biggest gripe with a lot of multiplayer games. It doesn't have to be the most in-depth story. Like I think Destiny learned from Destiny 1, where they still have the go here, kill this amount of enemies, and just go here to the next area. But they added more of a story to it, just so I still don't know what's going on with Destiny 1, dog. But just the fact that they tried adding more of a story to it, like they added all those cutscenes for Destiny 2 on what was going on with the Red Legion and everything. I give them props for that. But like a lot of multiplayer only games, they don't do that. I'm ranting on right now. I'm gonna just end it here. Simple discussion. Don't at me Fusion Fall the best MMORPG ever made. Don't at me.
The final topic at hand is DLC, downloadable content. Which to me I don't understand why DLC is like separated into like 2-3 words or whatever. Shouldn't it be like DC, downloadable content, because it's downloadable one word? But aside from that shit, skirt. DLC has legitimately plagued all of gaming to the point where we legitimately can't avoid it. So when we get games like The Witcher that gives us free DLC, when we get a game like Overwatch that gives us free DLC, aside from the damn loot boxes of which you could grind that shit out. You know, when you get a game like Warframe, free DLC. When you get what's another game that I can think off the top of my head that gives us free DLC? I can't think of it at the time right now. But select few games that gives us like free DLC that everybody can have fun and access to. Every game that it has multiplayer and it has some damn type of DLC to it, I swear to God. And they have some type of season pass, some type of expansion pass, whatever you call it. Even single player games have it, like South Park, Shadow of War. While I do love those games, they have DLC for whatever reason, I don't know. But the expansion passes, to me, are at least justifiable due to the fact that it enhances the story or it gives you an entirely different story. But that's DLC done right. The DLC that I'm talking about, or the DLC that we don't like, is DLC that's locked behind a paywall. Destiny, Call of Duty, even Battlefield. Damn. Oh shit, that hurt. But DLC that basically like separates the community. Call of Duty is infamous for this type of shit, where they basically sell us a season pass or map packs, and not every kid, not every fucking person is trying to buy map packs. They just want to play the game with their friends. But they don't care about that. Nah, you about to buy this season pass in order to get all these DLC map packs, of which some of the maps, a good majority of the maps, be ass anyways with horrible routing and just horrible spawns. But aside from that, it separates the community in the long term. Because not every kid's gonna go back and spend 40 to 50 bucks on a season pass for a game that's 3 to 4 years old. Black Ops 3. With a new game, Black Ops 4, like On the Horizon. Nobody likes DLC that's not done right. Like when we say done right, we talk about expansions that actually enhance the story or like give us more details about like a different story or a character. You feel what I'm saying? Like Shadow of War DLC. I'm gonna use that as an example. You get the main story or whatever, you know, with Celebrimbor, etc., and my man Talon. Then with the DLC, you get, you know, the story about the woman, I forgot her name. And like you get another DLC about the brother. Like you got different DLCs that tell you about different stories about different characters or whatever. That's DLC done right. What we do not like though is when you're charging us for fucking weapons that alter the game or shit of that sort. Like DLC is a double-edged sword. So in some cases it can be done well and it can be done right. But in most occasions it's not. It's mostly just map packs that just separate an entire community, which makes the game thoroughly unenjoyable because not everybody has it, so not everybody can play it. It's just not fun. It's one of those things that like they just tack on to just further, you know, get money out of our pockets. It's bad.
It's a big one. Alright. DLC became a problem when it was more of we're going to hold back this amount of the game so that you have to wait for it so that you can continue to pay for more stuff and give us more of your money. Then when it was we've noticed all the support and love you've been giving us on this game, here's some extra content that we hope you will enjoy. Like if that's all downloadable content was, here's extra content because we see how much you supported and loved our game. Here's some extra content. We hope you enjoy it. Even if you have to pay for it, we hope you enjoy the purchase of this downloadable content because we've seen all the support and everything. That would be fine. But a lot of games like Destiny or The Division or any other games, like they hold back DLC, like especially Destiny did it. Because I still remember I was watching, I forget what number GI podcast, shout out to the Gaming Illuminati, by the way. I remember Ethos or someone saying that the original Destiny, they had a full-length storyline and everything. Like, they had the full story and everything, and they just decided to get rid of it all. They started from scratch. There was no story. And then they pretty much said, you know what? What we're going to do is we're going to drop this game. You're not going to know what's going on. You're just put in this world. You're killing things. You don't know why you're killing things. You're just killing to kill them. And then we're going to add DLC later that you can get with if you bought the season pass. That'll sort of explain the story. And then on top of that, then after that, we're going to drop DLC that's not in the season pass that you have to pay even more money for. So you've already dropped $60 on the game. I believe the season pass was $40 or $50. So then you've dropped $110 on the game already. And then they have two $20 DLC packs that come out afterwards. So then you spent like $150, $140 on the game, dog. Just so you can get a full story. Just so you can get a full story, dog. And this part has been going on for 5 minutes. This was a huge rant on it because I have gripes with a lot of things when it comes to gaming, because a lot of practices are some shady ass practices and they shouldn't be there, but we accept them as how they are because that's how they are.
With that being said, folks, this is Gamer Struggles part, I want to say 4 or 5 at this damn moment. Hope you guys enjoyed. And with that being said, folks, we out. Peace.